Good afternoon. It is Sunday already. Why is it that Saturday seems such the beginning of the weekend and Sunday it feels like it's over already? But never mind. Here we are. So today, we're going to spend the first little bit. She says realising. Hang on. Today, we plan to make a bit of a screen for the stats. I will probably need your assistance on that. But we also have done an inch. Now, I'm rather pleased with myself. I mean, it's not that spectacular, but I'm pleased we've done an inch. I expected still to be winding on at this point. So, to be an inch in, we're doing good. We made some calculations yesterday. Slightly depressing, not going to argue about that. But it is a thing. It is definitely a thing. So, given that it's going to grow pretty slowly, yeah, it's gonna be difficult, really is. I'm not good at graphics, really not good at graphics. I know all the statistics, I can tell you all the text in my head, but I don't know how best to represent it. I mean, I found from last time that drawing the squares with the triangles on screen still was not blatant enough for everybody. Kind of disturbing, really. I kind of hoped that would be enough. So, I'm wondering just to put text up, but that seems a little bit lame. But I want it to look nice. I want it to be happy and pretty, and I like the idea of using like a thermometer to show the progress through the strip. Now, I did go and look at my paper tape measures. They're only 30 inches long. It's not long enough, I needed 40. So that's not really a thing. The only thing we can do is use the plastic ones. But then they're not really designed to be pinned down. Which, you know, is kind of the problem. And of course they're quite thick and, well, plastic. But I think what we need to do for now is pull up our window that we used to and see if I can't add some form of text and just do it as text. So we'll need a few. But I really want like a rectangle around it and a thing and a thing and of course this doesn't do that. see, of course, if I made it text, I could add 1 inch and have it sort it all out. I was looking at doing it in Unity and I got a chunk in, but I'm not so sure I can save that as a picture. Yeah, I don't want that. So, so let me show you what I'm looking at. So this is what I'd made. Well, technically, actually. This is what I made and what I wanted it to look like. And I know how big that is. But, of course, when I stick it on the screen, it makes it the full size. So... hiding windows. Let's call that sec. Scene. Screen space, that's fine. Render mode. Yeah. So just being target text above. Scale mode. Constant pixels. Constant physical size. But it then doesn't give me size. That's not what it looks like. See, that's just freaky. Really you. You're just being weird. Our screen resolution size, hang on. See, let's ditch that. And you. Toolkit panel settings, so you're the default, and then UI toolkit, yeah, document, put you in there. No, I didn't want to do that. No, I've got rid of my window. See, I don't want it to be full screen. I want it to be part of the screen. I hate the new UI toolkit for this reason. It just makes shit harder, but it does the rounded edges, which is nice. You're talking. Panel settings. Let's make another panel settings. You want to talk panel settings. Let's put you on there so that we've got one we can read it with. Text settings, target texture, scale mode, constant pixel size. The problem is it doesn't. I'm clearly being dumb. Because I don't really want it to scale. I want it to be. I just want it to be a certain size. Is that really too much to ask for? But then even if I do this, how am I going to update it? I could do just a background. Make this just a background. Get rid of the progress bar because I'm not going to be able to update it. Constant pixel size. But I don't want it to resize. Move you up here so I can find both. So if you're designed to be 300 by 300 and you are auto sized as is everything else under you, I must then in theory be able to make this 300 by 300, like a floating window. But I don't see why I can't. Hello, how are you? I'm struggling to make an interface. I'm making a big fucking balls of it. Because I just managed to. See, that resets and that looks nothing like. Good for you. So if I put this on here, that is not what it looks like. I mean, it's supposed to look like that. I really hate this new UI shit. It just always seems to do this to me. I do like not a lot to it, and it's not like I'm sending it really wacky information, and it kind of goes nuts on me. I mean, no offence, but if I lock that and get another window, hang on. Properties. So if we play Spot the Difference, screen overlay, display 1, physical size, 96, 9600, 600, all the settings are the same, but they don't just... All I want to do is make a freaking little green window, well, a little window to go in the corner of my screen, so that when we're here, you guys see in the top right hand corner where we're at. I mean, the problem is I have less than artistic talent, and I know this, and I've never pretended that I'm any better than that. However, I really wanted some borders on it. I wanted a little border, I wanted a little... And I'm just not... Well, I'm just not capable, I think is the phrase. Let me update GIMP a second, and then we'll try and GIMP. And please note, I totally suck. When I say I have less than zero artistic talent, I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I am 1000% incapable of anything artistic. It's like a miracle. And the worst thing is I can look at something and I know what it is. I know what shapes I need, but I can't put it on paper. I'm generally, I'm not trying to pretend that I'm good at it, better at more technical style of drawing, as in I can make a box, I can make it 3D, I make 3D letters out of it, I can do that kind of thing, but not artistically, just badly, you know? So let's fire up GIMP. A bit of a clear out on the old desktop. There we go. I really envy people who can think in an artistic manner. Yes, I know I installed GIMP. It's one of the things I did. So we want a new thing. I don't really want a full screen thing. Okay, let's do that. Now we need it to be transparent. Hang on, not doing it. Areas. Yes. Delete. No. Oh, I remember. You got to do some weird ass shit with this, as I recall. Add a layer. And no, it's not a layer group. I need to add a layer. new layer, and I need this to be filled with transparency. Yes, you get the bottom, and then we get rid of you. There we go. Right. It's just painful. So we need to draw a rectangle. One of you draws things. Around the corners. And we'll stick it over here. Now, we need another layer before we do that. Yeah. And on this layer, which we're on, we want to fill it. No. Fill it. No, I want to fill it with the background. Fine. Fill it. Since when's that the front colour? And then we want to get a colour. Yeah, did that. And then we want to shrink in a bit. Now there is a way of shrinking things as I recall. Select shrink by 5 pixels. Go. Yeah. Fill it in. Right. Get in there. Get in there. Kind of get in there. Right. Then I want to make... Can I shrink? But only in one direction. Shrink. No. Edit. Actually, select. Lost it. Shrink. By another 5. Can't drag it up. That's really irritating. Because I'll never accurately do this again. So I need to go from there to say there, and I want to fill it in with a nice kind of colour. That's kind of my colour. And paste. And then we want some text. And we want text to be black because it goes with our soul. And that's size 62, really. Smaller than that though. Still far too big. sans serif is the best font for this. It doesn't let me pick a different one easily. Font. There we go. Monospace bold. That's probably nice. Painting full. Whatever. So we want to do. Are you going to let me edit it? Or have you just crashed? No. Okay. So, project. How come that's suddenly gone big? Stats. Let's shrink you down again. We need to move it up a little. It's not going to let me just move you, are you? Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm so tired of spam bots. I've got a thing that captures them all so you guys don't see it. But every sodding stream, every single one, without fail, we get a spam bot. And if I can catch it, why can't? Why can't Twitch? So how do I pick that? How can I select that as an item? Because it's not... I should have done it on another layer, shouldn't I? But I can't... Let's make a new layer then. Okay. Paste. And then I can, like, select you. But just move it, because you're a shit bag. You're on the right layer. You don't seem to do anything. You don't seem to do anything. You. That's only got the words on it. So which one's got the colour on it? You. So you've got the colours. You don't seem to be anything. You don't seem to be anything. Let's get rid of you, because you're not doing any good for anybody. But you don't let me. Now, you're going to let me move you around? I don't seem to just have a click on it option. There doesn't seem to be a tool to just say select thing. Dog, stop whining! See, I can move the selection around, but I can't seem to move the words around. And Spambot's dead. So how do I move that? How do I move you around? Move. There we go. Well, that's not what I wanted. Like that. Right. Why can't I select nothing? Okay, so that would be in the top right hand corner. well, we have some fixed data that we have. I kind of want the fonts to match, and I'm just having a itch because I'm thinking, and now my body itches like a pile of ants crawling on me. Of course there are rats. Hello. What? You are stupidly hot, my love. You have been cooking in the sun, haven't you? Yes. You need to stop cooking in the sun, for you are very hot. Yes. You're very hot. Yes, you're very hot. You is very hot, yes. You smell, cooking dog. You smell like a hot cooking dog. You do. It's kind of like food smell. It's like a biscuit. Yes. Like a biscuit. Yes, you are. Oh. Right. So if we save this momentarily, save. I don't care where you save it. Just save it. It's that. What are you doing? Why can't you just save it there? Right. And then we want to export it as a picture. Documents. Stats.png, that'll do. Right. If we now go here and I go to always, and we have somewhere on here state play. Is that the one? What's that do? Yeah, that's the one. It's a state of play. Screen because, well, the problem is I don't know if making it full screen covers things, but I do not see my picture. I do not see. Bring to front, bring to front. See, I'm not seeing my picture. I know why. Because I'm not fucking showing it like twat. Okay. So that kind of works. And then under here, we need this to be a group, really. But let me add. I really need to make this bigger because I can't work at such small speed, small size. There it is. So we need to add text. Okay, text. Stats. Okay. The text is going to set. We need to work out roughly what the text is going to say. So the text is going to say current strip X that's just a little on the big side. I'm aware of that. I need it marginally skinnier, like that, so it fits. It's going to have to be marginally skinnier than that, just in case. Right. Now, we edit stats. Where's stats? Stats. We edit that text. We grab that because, well, we grab that, and then we go to StreamerBot. She says trying to find StreamerBot. SpeakerBot, StreamerBot. StreamerBot has actions, and we need to. I haven't used this new version. I haven't made a new thing in here, so add action name, add inch. Okay. Yeah, whatever. Did you do it? Did you not add it? Add inch. I don't remember those from before. Okay, now we've got add inch, and then we don't have a trigger because it's going to be a button, and we do add OBS sources set text on always graphics stats to be, and we'll put some stuff in here. Right, now we add it's not OBS, it's core globals set destination global variable name. Why do you make it so hard? Document and research camera. I don't really want a whole fucking video on it. Why can't you just give me a... You can add a text source and configure it to read from file. Maybe that's the easier answer than trying to do all this. I was hoping to just press a button to add an inch, but maybe for now. I know there's other ways, but let's go back to OBS a sec then. So, I always click on the wrong shit. Text read from file. And we can go into here, do file new, paste. Right, so we've done one current strip 107, and we've done one of those. I'll save it as, and we'll skip documents and text stats, and then we will read in text stats. Okay, and just to check that we have not lost our touch, we will go over here. Oh, it's really funky, and we'll do 2 save. Oh, it does update it, right? So for now, that's a good start. because that's a good enough start for me, I think. Let's check when we go back to pillow. It's a little bit much, but you know what? There are worse things in life. We could scale it a bit. I could scale the whole chuffing thing. If I go back to always, and I go put you two together, group, yep, and then, yeah. Do that, and then we can arguably shrink it a little bit. There you go, like that. Let's see how that goes, eh? What do you reckon? Am I barking up the wrong tree? Does that look shitty? I mean, it's not ideal, but it's better than I was getting. Okay, it's time to make some lace. So, we have quite a bit of lace to make, let's truly be honest. And I'm going to do something I probably should have done yesterday, which was we were going to finish this line across here, because the line was actually not straight. But as this line is technically just over the inch, I didn't feel guilty because it probably averaged out. It did average out as an inch, so because this is 1 1/16 inch or something ridiculous. Put you back in there. I'm just doing this for pedantic and semi almost OCD style compulsion, in that, well, I wanted to put 1 inch worth of pins in as my buffer. Part of me says more, because it really does. Part of me does say do more than 1 inch worth of pins. You should be able to do 3 or 4 rows, but clearly we've got quite a few more than that. But I do feel this burning need to have a significant layer of protection, because obviously if it does pull it out of shape, well, it's going to be a problem, really. And the more you've done, there's a mistake back there. So let me, I swear, yeah, there's a pin there that's not doing anything. Let me go and see why that's a thing. So it's not you, it's here. So this pin is not doing jack shit. I think it's just in the wrong place. Yeah, it is. It's just outside the pin. But hey, you know, in the name of keeping everything as right as we can, when spotting mistakes, one should fix them. So I feel better now because I fixed that. Let's put you back over here. You over here. I need to bother you two for a second. You over here. I'll grab you to finish off the end of this row. So, there you go. Let me shrink the windows back down. Yoink. There we go. So it's you two. For those who were here for the Doom Pile conversation yesterday, you'll be glad to know that the Doom Pile, the smallest Doom Pile, is no more. My lovely neighbours who had offered to do a tip run for me. Not that I can't do a tip run for myself, I'm just being lazy, stupid old bat. But there's something, I find tidying emotional beyond belief and draining and traumatising to the point I get really upset. And I have friends that will vouch for that. And it's not that I don't want it done. I just don't want to be the one doing it. It hurts my soul for some reason. So, but I tidied up Doom Pile number 1 and a lesser known Doom Pile behind the kitchen door, which was basically a pile of dog food bags. So the dog food bags are kind of like flour sack sized, like you see in films, kind of flour sack size, kind of A1 sort of size, and basically they're made out of plastic, and well, they hold 7-10 kilos, whatever it is, 12 kilos of dog food. And well, I had quite a collection, which I took 2 of them, rammed all the others into it, so that went. So my pile behind the door is distinctly less. There's still some cardboard there, which I will work on. I promise. And under the stairs. And some of the under the stairs stuff did go for a walk. It went too. But the core one, which was outside the weaving room in the middle of the hall, right in front of the front door, has gone. Before I killed it. I emptied it. I took all of the bits of cardboard into chunks that fitted inside other chunks. I can't do it. I can't bring myself to use 1 inch. Inch and a half. Screw it. Let's do some more. So I will be doing, and then at some point I need to tackle Mount Crackmore, which is my biggest Doom Pile and lives in here. And when I say Mount Crackmore, I mean it's kind of got Sherpas on, right? It's like a quarter of this room. Now you have no idea how big the room I'm in is, but it's still a quarter of this room. And this is the main room I sit in. So it's kind of ever present. And it doesn't really bother me. I mean, it embarrassed me should someone want to come round, but then my carpets do that, because I've got a stupidly pale carpet and all the grime in the entire universe is on my carpet. This carpet attracts grime like nothing else, especially with dogs, and the fact that they go outside. And it's not that they don't wipe their feet. You know, even on a dry day, the carpet turns to kind of black. This carpet is terrible. It marks really easily, and it's just dumb. But the actual carpet is in good nick, so I don't really want to replace it, because then I'd have to clean out all the rooms. So, you know, kind of not a thing. But it is one of those moments where you kind of sit there, and I've sat on the floor of this room because the carpet in the entrance to this room is black, and I sat there with a power scrubber on the end of my drill. I put down cleaning agent and, rotate, set the drill off and cleaned it all up. Less than a week later, it was black again. It's just the way it is. This carpet wants to be. And I spent hours doing that because I was really determined. Because it does look like I've been, working down the coal mine. And it's not having none of it. It really isn't. Apparently doom piles are not uncommon, but I definitely have doom piles. And I've always had doom piles. Everywhere. I've always said I live in a house full of piles. I've got piles of everything. And realistically, yeah, most of them, 99% of them are doom piles. Of varying levels of doom. Some are just piles because I don't know where else to put it. Others are just doom piles. Because they can piles, Getting ready to do our first spider, yay! You lot are kind of out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You lot are kind of spoken for a while. So although you're not a full stick, we will stick you so you can be out of the way. That. You come over here, like this. And we grab you. We are moments away from the first spider. Scoot you over a little bit. That means you've already got 3 twists, so because you started with 1. Right, drink. Drink! Oh, that reminds me. Oh, I should put up pin comments, shouldn't I? You look wonky. How can you look wonky? What the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, something's not right there. Something's not right. Take you out. Yeah, see there's a crossy bit there. So that's under you two. So, something's not right here. And we're gonna across and we started. So, right. You should have 6 legs, not 5 and a broken one. 4 and 2 broken ones. Probably Mr. Amazon Man. Smell like it's always Mr. Amazon Man in this road. Goodness gracious. No, looks like it was my lovely neighbours coming. Maybe. Well. Right. Now we get to do it again. Scooch. And then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Right. Technically, we have most of our first one. So, you, no, you. Yes. So, come across. For the spider. Spread them out. Make the snake's head. Do 2 more rows and finish this pack of bobbins. Again, it's an arbitrary number. Doesn't actually matter. But, you know, it helps to be tidy when you can. Then this one. Why can I not just pick up one pin? Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You back in a stick. You in a stick, because we don't need you. We want you and you. We're going to first chunk of body of the spider, because that dot is in line with where we're looking at. So we don't need you. We do need to go 2, 1, 2, and then sketch it up, pin, tweak, this. No. Sometimes it is really satisfying seeing your idea working out on paper. Because that's all it is. Scooch. Yeah, you look more than 7. That's because somebody from there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That. Actually, before I do that, you and you pass off here. Like this. Because you're in line. I could complete the legs, even though you're below the line, just because it secures the legs. Because we want to secure the legs, that's one. So it stays all neat and tidy. You get to scooch back up like that. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's back on the stick. Hello! Hello, hello. How is Nautical? Look, pins. Look, I made graphic. It's not very fancy graphic, I will grant you that. But I never said it was fancy, I just said it's graphic. You can hear it. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I still live in fear that you hear my TTS, because obviously at one point you guys were. Yeah, it does. It goes bop, 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 bop. Grace your skin, but really, I tried to pick up one pin. Watch this. 1 spare, 2 spare, 3 spare, 4 spare, and here's the actual pin. They came as a family unit. And for Nautical, who was late. How dare you be late, Nautical? My paper tape measures are only 30 inches long. I need 40. Which is somewhat annoying. So I didn't. Can you all just stay in the holder? I mean, you know, that'd be good. I think my body's recovered from tidying or from winding lots of bobbins yesterday. Because my arms, the moment I lift them onto the pillow, are going, I can't do that. I'm feeling particularly heavy. Now, as a weaver and a knitter and many other crafty things, the, you know, are your shoulders relaxed is usually one of the first questions. And the answer to that is, in this case, yes. Yes, they are. Dude, keep up. We knew we were scrubbing triangles about 3 squares ago. So like 12 triangles ago. Yes, we have scrubbed the triangles. We're not doing triangles anymore. We are doing strips. Hence we all voted on motifs for the strips. And I spent a while making new patterns. So I have long enough patterns. And then we spent a long time pricking a hole in the first sheet of 8 of the new patterns. Nope. Fuck triangles. Hate triangles. Absolutely sick, pig sick of triangles. May they crash and burn forevermore. No, I didn't like the joins. That was the whole problem with it, is that the more I thought about it, the more I hated the idea of how it would join up. And for a neck curtain, the joins matter. If the joins are too big and disgusting, well, it's all you're going to stare at, isn't it? You're not really going to stare at the pattern. Whereas a tablecloth or a, you know, something else, the joins, you know, you're not trying to look through them, so it's not quite so distracting. So yeah, no, screw squares and triangles. We are not returning to those, at least not for a really long time. I'm kind of overly done with squares and triangles. I don't hate them. But I need to point out, it's not that I hate the squares and triangles. It's Just that for a net curtain, I know that staring at the join on the squares is going to bother me. Now, I knew before I started that it was going to be distracting. But the more I did of it, the more I realised just how much I was going to be bothered by it. Hence, we only did half a curtain's worth. And this bobbin needs tightening because, well, you've been stupid. There you go. It's warm here today. Not ridiculously hot that I can't cope with it hot, but pretty damn warm. So I just wondering where the dogs are. So let's grab 7 of you and put them in the stick. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. Put you back in the stick. Stick. One of you. See, there you see why I try and keep them the same length. When they're not roughly the same length, they end up sticking on each other because the angles of the string is different. And it just kind of gets on your nerves. Itch, itch, itch. She's grabbing another pin when she already had some. I don't know what we haven't got. Tunes! Let's turn you on, you off, and hit go. Yeah, it's British houses are weird. They're designed to keep the heat in, which means if they're cool and it's hot out initially, the cool stays in because, well, they're thermally protected. But once they've warmed up, they don't half love to stay warm. No. That doesn't look right. It's 'cause it's not. Of course, the ads are running. No. 4, 7? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Didn't think so. And I think we need another row out of you. Just because. We are trying to kind of semi. Fuck's sake. Right. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7. Which means we're not quite on the same level as last time, because last time we needed a body part to line up. So That looks like a fairly good forest of pins, doesn't it? You'd think that would be a fairly good anchor starting point. As I said earlier, it's surprising how they always say, oh, you only need 3 or 4. But as we proved once or twice, you kind of need a bit more than that, actually, just to be symmetrical. George Marshall's featuring a lot today. Let's just fill in this corner here. There you go, it's a bit better. You're long. Actually, sort you out a bit. So, ow! My left hip's still giving me jip. Oh, bloody in feet. That's a good feeling. Once again, I've been kind of haunched over my feet and I've kind of gone to sleep a bit. My drink. Ew. Where do I want to go next? do alright. Did I not punch a hole in this one? Apparently not. There you go. I missed one. Blood missing in toes. Who woke you up? Dogs are all excited. Oh, it might be the Amazon man. Dogs. Shit. If it was the Amazon man, he didn't come here. I love how they park outside my house and then wander off up the road. But my package says delivered now. Delivered today. Well, no, it wasn't. I love that. Amazon. Man didn't deliver packages he says he has. Oh, well, you have to give it till 1 a.m. Tuesday in case he comes back. Well, then you should have marked it as delivered. Yeah, they basically won't do shit until Tuesday, which is a bit stupid, really. Typical. I was looking forward to that parcel. This as well, it wasn't essential, was it? Actually, we'll put you back in the stick for a second. And look down the outside like we did the other one. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Let's put you over there a sec. See if we can't chair that. See, look. I don't know if you can see, but it's left a scum mark on it. Typical. Come undone. Any luck, whoever got my parcel will come and deliver it. Might have to go on mute in a sec. Like everything, they've made contacting human beings real frigging difficult. I'm back. I spoke to Dude at Amazon, who was frankly not very helpful. Yeah, not overly impressed. Thank you. Yes, because you joined after Sugar Bear. I ordered some shit, as I do, from Amazon, and the Amazon van came and parked outside my house. Spent a bit of a while poking around in his van. Went to somewhere else. I couldn't see where because it was the other side of his van from my camera and my window. Came back and drove off, and then marked my stuff as delivered. I wouldn't mind, but it's about 300 quid's worth of stuff. Oh, well, you'll have to wait till Tuesday. I'm sorry. Yeah, thanks for that, you know. Kind of unimpressed is the word of the day, I think. Well, that's what I said, because I know that one time they said they delivered my dog food. I didn't have any. Well, it wasn't here. And it was kind of like, well, you didn't fucking send it here. And they did exactly that. But apparently they don't have that option. And there is a bit of you go, really? You know? But what I think is the most insulting part is, of course, is it says handed to resident. Well, clearly not, because if someone hands you a load of parcels you weren't expecting and they ain't got your name and address on, you'd look at them a bit funny, right? So I'm not exactly, you know, feeling that they have done... I mean, Christ, you could have just slung them in a river for all I know. I mean, there's some ponds round here after all, you know. But I think it was just more insulting that he parked for about 10 minutes outside my house and drove away, during which time it got marked as delivered, so would show that he's been here. Because my road's well, my road is small. It's only got 3 houses on it. Well, it's kind of screaming that, is it not? You know? Well, if he's not careful, if he comes back, I'll use it on him. And he won't like that. I can tell you that now. Especially as one of the items was an epilator. I can apply it to places that he will not appreciate, you know? I'm sure his ball sack would love an epilator, you know? He might, but it would be unlikely, you know? Well, you'd like to think that it wouldn't, you know? There we go. Well, no, this is true. The other thing is, of course, is, you know, even if they dumped it on someone's doorsteps and ran and all that, yeah, you know, even if he left it on somebody's doorstep, because... Well, exactly. But because they don't ring the doorbell or knock on the door, they just kind of leave it and hope that you'll notice that it was delivered. Who says it's even going to be there by the time he comes back, maybe to look to see if he left it, where he left it, even if he remembers where he left it. And of course, they could deny everything anyway. And it's like, oh, well, you know, if it doesn't turn up, it would be refunded. Yeah, but it doesn't give me my hit now. They usually do, but not when they claim it's been handed to resident and left on the door. So this is why they... Oh, it's almost like they knowingly deliver it to a wrong place. Right that they hand... I can tell you now, the number of times... Yeah. The number of times I've had parcel not turn up and it says handed to resident and it'll be, you know, on next door's doormat or something. And you're going... Now, if I'm in... I don't mind so much if you left it on the doorstep, I go and look, and there it is. But don't tell people you handed it to me. Because if, for example, I was sick in bed or out, God forbid, or any of those things, and some bugger nicked it, and I will have, you know, like a lot of things, how do you prove you never had something? I mean, you can send a photo of an empty hand, but that doesn't mean you didn't get it, you know. So yeah, I just... And I wouldn't mind, but I've been an Amazon customer for a really long time. And, you know, back when it started with Prime Delivery, you paid, I think it was £32 a year for Prime Delivery. And Prime Delivery was guaranteed next day. Then it was allowed you kind of free delivery of items under a certain value. Then they quickly had to reel that in because people were ordering, like, you know, a 5p Bic biro. Well, and that's basically where I'm at. I was going with it, Sugar Bear, is that then they added the video to it. So whether you wanted video or not, if you wanted Prime Delivery... Yeah, if you wanted Prime Delivery, you now had to have Amazon Video with it. And of course, because now you've got Amazon Video on it, you try and watch stuff on it. But of course, 99.9% of it is you've got to buy it to actually watch it. The free shit is not a lot. And then of course it's got ads in it, so you then pay another Christ knows how much a year for not getting ads. And then if you listen to their music, which I do, oh, well, that's another 110 quid. And so they're getting a lot of money out of me. Bear in mind, of course, I've just ordered like 300 quid's worth of shit. So I'm sorry, but I kind of want you to give me my fucking parcel, you know? I want you to act like you're sorry, you know? And it's always the, oh, well, it may have been delivered to a neighbour. Have you asked them all? Why should I? You're paid to deliver it here. It's near enough. No, it's not. But it also annoys me that the attitude is, oh, well, wait till Tuesday. If you don't have it by then, we will refund it so you can reorder it all again. Well, first of all, you should automatically replace it. And secondly, having paid that much for next day and all the rest of it, because of course it's not next day now, it's free delivery with Amazon Prime here. It's not next day delivery. You could kind of throw me a month's free Prime or something. Not just kind of go, oh, well, never mind. You know? So, yeah, and he was, and the guy actually said, well, of course you can, you know, sometimes it's same day. Not here, it ain't. Most of the time here, it's not even next day. It says click here for next day delivery. You click buy now, and oh yeah, Wednesday. Well, tomorrow's Monday, dude. Yeah, the number of times I bought shit with... Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, is that it used to be guaranteed next day delivery. And, you know, I didn't mind paying for a reasonable amount. You know, 30 quid's actually quite cheap. So, you know, if it had been 50 quid or something, I would not have objected to that for next day. But it's not next day now. Amazon Prime is just free delivery. What does it say on its thing? Yeah, it's not available in my area. Yeah. Amazon Prime members enjoy unlimited one-day free delivery on millions of items and access to same-day and overnight delivery, obviously to certain postcodes in the UK, for stuff over 20 quid. Well, clearly my shit was worth over 20 quid. And then there's like the lightning deals, which I'm sure you've noticed as much as I have, is that all the lightning details is shit that they can't get rid of. It's never actually anything great. And they're not usually that great a deal either. A number of people have tracked it, and it'll be like, I don't know, let's say they're going to get, let's say it's a chair, right? So the chair will be 50 quid this week. It will go up to 65, 70 next week, and then it'll be a lightning deal of 48 quid or something, and you're like, well, 2 weeks ago it was only 2 quid more than that. That doesn't feel right. Let's go on this side. I mean, if it was a packet of, you know, if it was a biro or something, you know, yeah, whatever. But because it was more, I do feel somewhat aggrieved, you know? And more so because it says, oh, and there were some ice trays as well. So yeah, I don't know where all my shit is. And I can't be asked to go trawling around the neighbourhood looking for boxes on a porch. Not too surprisingly. And as I said, if they actually kind of rang the doorbell or something, people who've got a parcel now that shouldn't have a parcel would go, why have they left a parcel? Oh, that's not for us. And maybe thought to, you know, I'm sure this is more than the one we did before. It just feels more than the one we did before. I could swear this is a different one. No, yeah, it's the same one. Just feels the same one. Just feels more. The only problem with this, it gets a bit busy. The old bobbins here. But these are the last two, so. What, dogs? Oh. Yes, there was a talk of them building a warehouse, Amazon warehouse delivery spot about 10 miles from here. So I had, and that would have opened up next day deliveries, but apparently they didn't bother. Or if they are, it's taking them 5-6 years to get around to it because it's been a while. It's gone by. I haven't heard anything about it recently, suggesting that maybe it died somewhere. Can we not listen to that again? No, it's not you two. It's not. Just the two of you. No, that's not right. It's you two that needs to. You'll work out why I'm doing it like this in a minute. It's because the motif we had, we did this. We treated them as pairs. Actually, I'm not even sure we did that. Hang on. Short of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need 2 more in there. Like that. Yeah. Dogs are going nuts, suggesting something's going on. But my camera is doing the spinny waiting thing. Oh, sounds lovely. I have to say, I am... During one of the British bake-offs, someone bought out Bakewell tart cookies. Damn, I was addicted to those things. I'm okay with Bakewell tart now. To be honest, it can be a bit hit or miss. I've got to be kind of in the right mood. It's not that I don't like it, because it's got sugar in it. Of course I like it. But for some reason, some days I'm not quite in the mood for it. But these Bakewell tart cookies, oh my God. If there had been an EEC Bakewell tart cookie mountain, I would happily have put my... They don't know what they're missing, full stop, come on. But I would have happily eaten that EEC mountain. I would have put my hand up and gone, I'll do that, boss. I'll take that job. Because, damn, and I wouldn't care how fat I got either. They were utterly divine. So I can imagine a blackcurrant one would be nice because, well, even a blackberry one would be nice, to be honest. Bakewell tart is kind of an odd flavour, but at the same time, it is a glorious thing. And so, you know, I actually think they could do quite a few different Bakewell tarts. So they could do a lemon one, they could, you know, a lime one. They'd be quite nice. Because, well, for those who don't know, a Bakewell tart is halfway between a tart and a cake. But yeah, a little brownie apple on it would be nice. I can imagine that. But it always, I mean, we've all seen it, right? I mean, I'll eat anything pretty much that is unhealthy, okay? Healthier things I'm a bit more fussy on, right? And even I question mince pie crisps, chocolate crisps, chili flavoured popcorn, although I can half see that one working, but only half. It'd be like pea flavoured ice cream. I mean, it would just be weird, you know? That doesn't look right. That doesn't look right. Fair enough. I'm going to undo this because I've got a horrible feeling that some of this is wrong. And, you know, first one and all that. Let's not be fucking it up. Don't need to be getting it wrong already, you know. Why can't I see where these threads go? Oh, there we go. So they're not undoing the way that I think they should. There we go. I don't think I twisted these like I should. So I am undoing them because I don't believe I twisted them right. And I need the last 4 of you back, because I feel like I did not pay attention. And the answer is, I didn't. See, I'm awake. Oh. Did you? Now we go back up this side and we check that we didn't fuck this up and all. Don't think I did, because that does look like, I mean, it's not, yeah, I think I did, so that's a good thing. Made a mistake back then. Getting good at that, aren't I? Not quite sure what the mistake was yet, but we'll soon find out. I didn't do the closey bit, that's what it is. does the waggiest little boy want? What does he want? Oh, there he is. He's coming out of this arm. Hello. What do you want, puppies? Actually, I know exactly what you want. The same thing I want. You want fooding. Yes. Well, I want fooding too. So when we finish this bit, we're going to stop. And then we can all have fooding. Yes. Puppies included. Yes, and then I'll work out what we're going to buy from Amazon. Sorry, from Tesco's. Because we've nearly run out of things to drink. And we need some more wraps and some stuff to put in sandwiches. Because I'm living on sandwiches due to the heat. And so, yeah. And I will order a sack of food. Yes, I will. I will order a sack of food. I will. Because I'm nice. I could let you starve, of course. But, you know, because I don't see you pulling your weight. But, you know. Let's fix this bobbin up. Yeah, again, you can see the colour coming off. Yeah. Whatevs. Too late now. Too bloody late now. And yes, I should have stuck with my original plan and put in another layer of varnish on. But I didn't! So... because I'm lazy and dumb. Now, I know it's not the most even of finish, but that being the 2nd inch line, even though we know it's not 2nd inch line, that's kind of all covered up. That's a dip below, and I reckon that works out as 2 inches. So, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, you back in stick. Andrew, you're too short. Let's lengthen each of you because you're going to be really annoying if you stay that short. Because you're not going to let me put it near the end if you do. Right, that's 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you're short, so I'll lengthen you a bit. You there, and you go in here, and you're all a bit short, so I don't suppose it matters. Right, put you there, and you there, and we get magic camera. Try and take a photo of it like this. See what that looks like. Doesn't look like it turned it. I hate my camera sometimes. It doesn't always go into landscape mode, and because I'm holding it like all the way over there, I can't tell until afterwards. I think that's better. Spotted a fucking mistake again. If I leave it, I won't remember to come back and fix it. You for this. See, didn't twist these two. Taking a photo of it does seem to be the quickest way to work out if you screwed up or not. Preferably, of course, posting it on the internet, because then you see them all immediately. Let's have another look. I might leave the photo as it is and, you know. Let's have another look. No, the rest of it, quick, at reasonable glance. So, I stole one of you, so you get you back. There you go. And you go back on this stick here. There. Because otherwise I'll come back tomorrow and look at it and just continue and completely forget that I was going to do something. So I'm going to claim 2 inches, because although... Where is the 2nd inch mark? There. So it's kind of here. So I reckon it's just over 2 inches. So I'm going to claim a second inch. Anyway, it's been a while. I hope you are happy that you saw things. Let me show you where we're at a bit closer up. So, go. Oops. There you go. So this is what we've done so far. Doesn't look too bad, even if I say so myself. Is it perfect? Probably not. Almost certainly not. But as far as I know, no blatant mistakes in it. So, go me. So yes, there we go. I shall see you in about 25, 26 hours. Yeah, it's a good 9 out of 10. It's kind of like 9.5 out of 10, I'd say, maybe. In that there's no blatant mistakes in it, so, but it's also not perfect. But, you know, the more we notice and fix along the way, the less will be in the end. Yeah, well, as we know, by the time, if we docked a point every time I made a mistake, it'd be about minus 6,000 by the time we get to the end of this project. So, kind of can't really go that far. But as percentage, as most of you know, nearly every single one of those pins is 6 stitches. Some of them are technically more. So, in percentage terms, you know, it's like 99.9%. There's a few tension issues. The fact that I even made the mistake in the first place is kind of disappointing. But, it could be a lot worse. It could be a lot worse. So, I'm going to cover it up, and keep it, you know, kind of dog free for now. So yes, I should be back 25, 26 hours from now. Thank you for joining me along the way. I shall see you then. Take care, everybody, and have a good evening wherever you are. Bye.